Hey everybody, it's the Nitty Professor. Today I thought I would talk about my summer boot rotation. As most of you know, I've purchased a few pairs of boots over the past year, so they're going to kind of figure into some of my rotation. Of course, on the other hand, I have boots that I haven't worn in several months, and I'm really looking forward to going back to those. So let's talk about these Alpines. I did it, people. I took off the roll collar. It's kind of interesting. This is what we have, and one of the things that I thought was intriguing was it's got this kind of, to me it looks like interfacing, so it's paper backing, and by the time you have this and it's rolled on itself with the paper in it and it's over the leather, it is a lot to break in, and I just decided I'm gonna give this a try. Like I said several times, I've done this with my blacksmiths with no ill effects. Now, will I have a problem with the backstay coming loose? I don't know. I mean, I'll keep an eye on that, but I think it'll be fine. It was certainly fine in the blacksmith. So I'm looking forward now to working in these Aspens. Let me get the number for you. The 8828s, the classic mocks. I've gotten a start. You can see I've worked in the toe a little bit, worked in the tongue, and the sole has a little bit of dirt on it, but I'm thinking that these will be a good summer option just because of the sole. This it's sort of like the Vibram Christi, so it's kind of like a crepe sole, has enough traction. In fact, Redwing calls it their traction tread, and I think I can get a lot of gardening work done with these, and they'll be comfortable walking once I get the uppers more broken in, which now I think it's going to be so much easier because there's just not all of that thickness. I think it's just going to be way easier. So kind of excited. I'm glad that I bit the bullet and got rid of these babies. Could be classified as mutilation. Hopefully Redwing won't find me. But I think that these Alpine factory seconds, which I picked up in Redwing, will likely figure into my rotation on a regular basis as one of my pairs of summer boots. Remains to be seen. Now, another pair that I'm thinking I might wear on a regular basis. So what if it's wet, it's nice to have a pair of boots that's not just gonna soak through. So, and on occasion I might need this kind of sole. Depending on where I'm walking, sometimes the lug sole gets in the way, but sometimes you actually need it. Hey kitty cat, be quiet. We gave our cats a box that has brown paper in it, and they just go nuts. One of them like chews the edge. It's just, they're pretty funny. So these are my Axle model 1,000 miles, and they are in a rough out leather that is fairly waterproof. So I do not mind wearing these on grass when it's wet, like if there's a lot of dew or it just rained a little while ago or something like this. I have no problems. I've worn these in slush. I've worn them with salt. This leather holds up really well. It's beautiful, rough out leather, and I really like the 1,000 miles. They just, I don't know, they really make me happy. I love the way that they are branded. Got the Wolverine 1,000 miles going across the top there. And we have the speed hooks on here, so it makes it easy to get them on and off. These have taken a fair amount of wear. They're very comfortable, so you can tell it's some kind of time that, even the edge dressing has taken a bit of a beating, which is fine. I went over it with some conditioner recently. I might just condition the entire leather on these soon, but I'm thinking that when I need that lug sole and when I need something that's a little more waterproof, I might just use those boots. Oh, now the cats are fighting. What else is new? Now here's a pair. So this is a pair of whites. These babies are about to fall. And these boots I have to have in the summer because they're sort of my go-to black band boots. So on the days when I have municipal band, which is could be once or twice a week, a lot of times I'll just put these babies on at the start of the day. Then I don't have to waste time changing because, who has time, right? I'm a busy lady. So yeah. So these are my whites. They're called the Main Street, And I like the kind of sophistication that they have with the broguing. I have, as you can tell, really put these to the test. Wear them almost anytime I need black boots. I do have a couple more pairs now to pick from, and I might change my mind, right? I might change my mind on several of these pairs. We'll see. Might come back at you in a month and say, oops, I lied, you know. But these ones are great for band. They look really good, and with the day night, this is a great sole for summer. I find it works in most terrains. Probably not gonna, you know, go mountain hiking in these, but they have just enough traction to be really great for, you know, asphalt, concrete, grass, you know, heading to the band show. We play in a park. So they work great for that. They're very comfortable. Even though they're lined, I think it's probably a calfskin lining, they really do work well in hot weather. You can probably tell here that some of the dye is even like transferred because I wear black socks, and yeah, some of the dye has transferred onto these. But I'm looking forward to wearing these. I haven't gotten much use out of these in the winter. They're just not the best for snow, you know. So here I'm just gonna go to, we'll call these my two favorite pairs. I have two favorite pairs of boots that I really enjoy wearing, and the first I have worn very little over the winter, and you can probably tell right away one of the reasons why these are a favorite pair, because I've invested a lot in this patina. So these are the Iron Rangers from Redwing in the Hawthorne Muleskinner leather, and these soles are just indestructible. I don't like these soles in the winter because they get hard and then they're just brittle. In the summer, different situation. So I don't mind wearing these at all in the summer. They're sort of like a mild lug, you know, just enough to give me traction when I'm mowing the ditch. And these are sort of my go-to lawn mowing boots right now. I kind of love, I don't know, I used to have this infatuation with the Amish, and of course they would run around wearing boots like this all the time, and I just thought that was the coolest thing, you know, like this connection that they have to the earth and farming and cows and just the rustic sort of rural ideal. My family, my father's side is from central Pennsylvania, and every summer we'd go there and spend time, and we had family living in these small towns, Sunbury and Center Hall, and so I just got this wonderful taste of rural Pennsylvania life, and I think that's part of the reason why I like these boots so much, because they just kind of bring up those memories of just being attached to the earth and feeling like you were a part of the grass, the greenery, the trees. We did a lot of hiking around the mountains, the Nittany Mountains and that kind of stuff back then, and I guess I kind of feel like I'm attached to some of that when I wear a boot like this. This makes me feel connected. So yeah, I've gotten a ton of use out of these. These is probably one of the most likely pairs I am to actually wear out. I don't think it's going to happen for years though, in spite of the fact that I really do put these babies through their paces, as you can tell from the patina. And these have been recently conditioned, so it's not like they're, hello Paris. It's not like they're neglected or, you know, I take good care of them, but I wear them hard. I sweat in them. They take it on the chin, and they're great. So I've had these on for the past couple days. I think I wore them a couple days. We don't want to see your anus, honey. Let's see your face. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. I probably wore them a couple days in a row, which is sort of like a no-no. You know, in heritage boots, you're supposed to like give them a chance to breathe. But I was like, nope, I've got to wear them because I love these boots. They're one of my favorite pairs. They just have this allure of investment. Now, this last pair I'm going to show you right now, I think I'm going to be wearing a lot more over the summer. Another one of my favorite pairs, so it's a pair of Trumans. I think that might be, I don't know, some old cat pee. Could be! Got a lot of cats in this house. But in any case, it's on the box, right? It's not on the boot. That's why they're in the box. These are my Viola horse rumps. Hi, Paris. Yes, Paris, you're a very nice cat. And you're sneezing. Look out, baby. She just has to be in the movie. She's a star. I need my platform here. So here we go. Truman, Viola horse rumps. I love these boots. One of my most comfortable pairs, one of my most hard wearing pairs, and these have this beautiful, I love this Vibram sole, the oh, I forgot what it's called now, V-bar. The V-bar from Vibram. holds up just like iron. Where's like iron? This leather is to die for. You can tell how purple it is. It's coming up a little bit gray there. I think you can see it better now. No, Paris. She just has to be in the picture. Hi. She's a good cat. In any case, I've gotten a ton of use out of these because they are so comfortable. They're so sturdy. Guess what? They never came with a roll collar. I love that. I don't need a roll collar. The leather is to die for. I basically got to sort of choose this build with the unstructured toe and the V-bar sole and the matching tongue. Sometimes the Truman boots, they choose a tongue that doesn't match. I said, I want to have a matching tongue. Yeah, hello. Yeah, hello. Hey, baby. She's just so attentive. So in any case, I'm going to be wearing these Trumans a lot over the summer, I'm pretty sure. What are you doing? And I'm looking forward to it. I put them on the other day and I was like, yes, it just feels right to have these boots on because this sole is not great for the winter. It just isn't great. There's not enough tread on there. But for summer, works great. Probably not going to mow the lawn in these. There's not quite enough tread for that. But any kind of like gardening work, like shoveling and stuff like that, they're going to take it on the chin. They're just going to be fine. And Paris can sniff them. That's right. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Again, I might change my mind. You know, I have a number of pairs of boots to choose from. I might come back at you in 6 weeks and say, oops, lied. Gonna change things up. And it's not like I won't wear the other pairs, right? But I'm just kind of thinking about myself, which ones are gonna be probably my go-tos over the summer. So this is what I'm thinking. But if I have any drastic change of mind, I'll let you know. In the meantime, I'd love to know what you guys are thinking for what you're going to wear in the summer as far as your heritage boots go and why. And, you know, maybe you've got something new or something you're really proud of or something that reminds you of your childhood in Pennsylvania. Let me know. Hope y'all have a great, it's the weekend. It's Friday, right? It is Friday. I forget something. I have a calendar behind me. We just switched to May. Look at that. So anyhow, have a great weekend. I'll come back at you soon with some more boot stuff in a few days. Ciao.